Farmers are now closely watching the weather these days.
Well, the forecast in the next few weeks could determine whether prices will eventually go up at the grocery store. 41 Action News reporter Amy Holly traveled to Olathe and the farmland there to see why. Amy.
Well, here's the reason why. When you dig your fingers into the ground, look what happens. It's just wet soil, wet mud, and it is a wet problem that could potentially drench farmers around here. Back behind me is supposed to be a soybean crop that's already planted, but guess what? None of the seeds are in the ground. A real problem, and farmers know every time it rains, the window of opportunity is quickly coming to an end.
I'm the farmer's son, I guess.
In fact, Charlie Brunker is a fifth-generation farmer.
Mainly, this is just mud right now.
So generations of family farming experience might explain why, when he walks his barren soybean crop, he's cool about it.
This is ready. We'll be planting this as soon as it gets dry.
Problem is, there's just a month to plant for soybeans and barely a week for corn. It's why when the clouds roll in and Gary calls for another 2 inches of rain this week possibly, Brunker jokes the stress of farming.
It might make me go bald.
He's already poured $170,000 into seed this year, and the tractors have sat idle.
Both tractors should be out in the field putting beans in the ground.
Brunker remembers the drought of 2011-12 and the lack of rain scorching his wallet. But now the top 10 wettest May on the books could drown him again.
You got too much rain, so it's typical Mother Nature.
It's gonna get you
one side or the other.
You really do have a tough time of saying, that's enough rain, I'm tired of it, because you know come June, July, August, it could just shut off and you're begging for that rain again.
When Brunker's standing on the horizon of little return, we can all suffer too, because what's planted here affects us all.
Whether that's the corn and soybean oils that we're buying on the shelves, that we're cooking with every day, or it's the feed that we use to feed the chickens and the cattle and the hogs for the meat that you buy and eat every day.
Now, of course, when there's little supply like this and big demand, we all know what prices do. They go up. And so that's exactly what we've seen since the big drought of 2011-12. Prices for beef have skyrocketed. 60% we're paying more than we did 5 years ago. And they say that's exactly what could happen to these crops if something doesn't change soon. Gary?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there you go.